All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Our Darius Stewart now on the return. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, check.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Double tight. 4 down.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
That's it, baby.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Darnold. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down, 3.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. McCaffrey on the counter. And some room to work. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 16 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends, it might be...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Lucky 56. Four down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll check it down to Geis. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
A nice little nifty play for them there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson buying time to his left, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Detroit!
On 3rd down, Jackson. Hard throw, incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Darnold. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Henry Anderson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now it's Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Jackson now. Off to Geis on the screen. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. And he whips that one incomplete there. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Noah Spence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
New York set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He finds Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Darnold on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Play action. It's Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Watch him now, Barney.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now to try the Jets field goal, Cairo Santos. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, All-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
Over!
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. Oh, and now he bowls him over. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Dumps it off for Geis. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now Jackson on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Over!
On 1st down, this is Geis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Geis receives the pitch. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Darren Lee there to get him down.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line. They'll hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Forced out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Avery Williamson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, Any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and
a big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. In for the score, and the Jets are able to strike for 6. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together, but that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Ravens taking the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Gun!
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Detroit!
They'll hand it down to Geis. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. It's Geis on the counter. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Watch you now, Barney!
Jackson now off the bootleg, rolling to his right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on third down, Jackson going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Throwing is Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Geis alone in the backfield here, 2nd and goal.
Let him know. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson. His throw incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Watch it now, Barney.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
All right, here we go.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Alert!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Darnold from the gun, and that is incomplete. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle by Tremaine Johnson. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Now Jackson to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit!
4 down, 4 down.
Gun!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And some room to roam now. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
to throw on second down. Jackson flushed out right. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Andrews. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Jackson. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On the ground, Geis. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Darius Geis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll drop it off to McCaffrey, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now it's Darnold. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy.
Darnold to throw again. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And this is going to be incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Coleman was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. This defense so strong all afternoon long, well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught right side by Anderson. 23 yards on the play. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now, how about that? Rattled by a big play on the previous snap, they bounce back, and that's exactly what they needed defensively, getting a big play of their own.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Jets on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. He's back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Leopard! Strong right.
Darnold now to throw. Dancing to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Ravens, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.